They gotta be good to their wife. It's in the Bible, y'all. Like,
You're right. It is in the Bible. In the Bible, it says, "He who finds a wife has found a good thing and shall receive favor from the Lord." Not a woman, he who finds a wife. Not he who finds a woman or a woman who's promising to be a wife once she gets the ring and once she has the wedding and once she has the party. He who finds someone who is already walking in her purpose of being a wife has found a good thing and shall receive favor from the Lord. When you listen to your expectations of what a man stepping to you should be, you expect that man to be husband presenting. So that leads me to this question. When you look at our culture and when you look at what has been dictated by everything other people have told you that you need to be, are you wife presenting? Because the other thing that the Bible tells you is what a wife is supposed to be. If I recall it correctly, it is the submissive helpmeet who prays for her man and is the man's emotional quilt. Meaning, the wife is supposed to do what's necessary to fill in whatever holes lie in the situation. So, if you hear the word 50-50 and you get emotionally ticked off by hearing the word 50-50, then you are not a wife because you have no idea what a helpmeet is. If you say things like, I'm not doing such and such, I'm not doing A, B, and C until I am married, you are not a wife. If you have a problem with cooking and cleaning, you are not a wife. If you have a problem with dressing modestly to protect the image of the man that you represent, you are not a wife. If you are showing your goodies to other people in order to gain clout and attention, you are not a wife. If you are doing those things in order to gain financially, you are not a wife. If you have problems in your relationship and you show up to the internet with those problems and put those problems out to the world, showing the vulnerability of your relationship and the vulnerability of the union that you have with your husband, you are not a wife. If you fully understand that moving certain ways and doing certain things, such as posting pictures of yourself, invites the attention of those who are looking to tear down your union in, and you continue to do so for whatever reason you have dictated, you are not a wife. And if you will leave your marriage, your relationship, and break up the family for anything other than abuse, and we're talking real life abuse, we're not talking financial abuse from someone just telling you no, but when you are really being abused, or for adultery, for anything other than those two things, you're not a wife. Leaving a marriage because you're tired of being married, that's not wife-like. Leaving a marriage because you're not fucking with the monotony of being married, or because you want to get to the streets, or because you want to live the life that your friends are living, or because that's not a wife. If you are out here encouraging people, knowing one side of the story, to leave their situations, you are not a wife. And if you can be told by someone about your situation and how you should handle your situation, you are not a wife. There is nothing about anything that I just listed that says that you are submissive and a helpmeet. Because the vows that you take when getting married are not just a promise that you're making to your partner, and they're not just a promise that you're making to yourself. It's a promise that you're making to God. And those vows go a little something like this: in sickness and in health, for better or for worse, till death do you part. You see, a wife is always, and I mean always, walking in her purpose. She doesn't have to wait till certain things happen in order to start evoking her ability to walk like a wife. And what you have done is you have taken the principles of us walking amongst a bunch of women and confused it with the fact that you believe that we're walking amongst a bunch of wives. She doesn't know what the husband version of him is because she's not presenting herself as a wife. From the butt naked clothes to the narratives to the conversations to the emotional reactions to her putting herself emotionally in spaces that she should not be in. Combine that with the fact that 80% of divorces are filed by women, in which men take the bulk of the losses when it comes to divorces. Where is the success if she should decide that she just doesn't want to be married anymore and I have to give her half of my life while she walks out the door? God bless. Show.